The movie's called The Long Game. It debuted at the 2023 South by Southwest Film Festival. I have been waiting for this trailer for a while now. This stars Dennis Quaid and Jay Hernandez. I did get to see this trailer on the big screen recently, and I couldn't find it anywhere online. So glad that it finally popped up, as it is going to have a theatrical release April 15th. So let's just get right to it. Let's just react and get your all's thoughts. And we'll start it off right now. Station 19 presents.
Frank mentioned that you served together, Marines.
Infantry, 141st Regiment.
I know you hear this all the time, but thank you for your service.
Well, I don't hear that all the time, but I was proud to serve my country. I don't want to be a member of just any club. I want to play here.
I got to consider our other members, and they are just not used to seeing a Mexican on the golf course.
I work in a big shop.
Love that movie, Blue Miracle.
Ball boy.
There we
Not even
go.
a tough shot, Felipe. How
Oh yeah, Carter says you can't do better.
about that?
Joe.
Ooh,
Where'd you learn to hit like that? How would you boys like to be the first members of the San Felipe High School golf team?
Us.
They asked me to join the new golf team today.
Golf? I'm gonna bring your sombrero anyway, man. Whenever you're invited to a gringo party, you're either the entertainment or the help.
Let me ask you something. Are they any good? Nope. But I don't want to be a babysitter to a bunch of juvenile delinquents who just want to get out of detention. You boys built all this.
Yes, Mr. Mitchell.
Sorry, boys. When we spoke on the phone, I assumed you were American.
Well, you assume right. Now, these teams, they've had access to a lot of things you boys haven't. But the best golfer isn't the one with the fanciest clubs. It's the one who can summon the will to keep swinging when things get tough. And that's you boys.
hey.
People need to see us as more than just caddies and cannon fodder.
You know, that's just life. Sometimes you land on the green, sometimes you're in the bunker, but you always play it as it lies.
I'm definitely going to see this. This is a true story, and my feeling is that, like any underdog story, it's uniquely American, and I love stories like that because we just haven't had them. They've either been, for lack of better words, whitewashed, erased for the last several, 100 years of American history, and ignored. And so, what I mean by that is, here you have this true story in Texas of people who happen to be of Mexican descent that are American citizens who want to play golf. These kids, and Jay Hernandez's character, along with Dennis Quaid and Cheech Marin, that are World War I veterans. Cheech Marin, I don't know if you saw it. Let's go to this right now. I found out a little bit about his character. Okay, he's wearing this cage around him because he's shell shocked from World War I. And that's why he built a cage around him for protection. I got to see Cheech do a little interview on this particular character. I cannot wait to see him in this performance. Fun fact, movie fact, this is not the first time he's played a caddy. If you remember, he was a caddy in Tin Cup a few decades ago. Cheech looks great in this. What could be a very typical underdog story, which I think there's nothing wrong with that, but what can vault it up to another height are going to be the performances of our leads. Dennis Quaid and Jay Hernandez look fantastic. They look like they're part of the period. Jay has that a wonderful quiet man's vibe, leading man's vibe. I am all in. I'm a little concerned about some of the supporting characters. I see a little bit too much of a modern swagger. Swagger back then was just different. I am familiar with the actor who plays the father in the tank top with the bald head. He's really good. Um, I'm really excited for his potential role. I'm a little worried that he sounds a little too modern Mexican American. That's just my ear. I think to the general audience it's not going to matter. I think he's going to do a great performance. I'm wondering back then though if though our generation of fathers back then all spoke Spanish still. This is not the 60s or the 80s or the 90s. This is the 20s, where the majority of Mexicans that were living in Texas and coming from in Los Angeles were coming from directly from the Mexican Revolution, the generation before Jay Hernandez. They're all Spanish speakers. So, that's just me nitpicking though. It really is. This looks incredibly riveting. It's got a lot of potential. Of course, I love the message that this man just loves to serve his country and he just wants to play golf. He doesn't want any trouble, right? But they won't let him play golf. Even after all that, after all, thank you for your service, but you can't play here. Jackie Robinson, anybody? Wonderful. I'm all in. The longest game, and let me just say this too as well. The writer director did a fantastic film called Blue Miracle, which I will get you information on the director, but I believe Blue Miracle is still available on Netflix. And that too was a film, true story, and it is available still on Netflix. True story of of people trying to keep a Mexican orphanage from going under. Wonderful. So this director knows how to make these types of films and knows how, and his shots were beautiful. If I remember as well, Dennis Quaid was in that one as well. Let me just check that as well. Yeah, he works with Dennis Quaid a lot. That's great. That's great. And that's great that and Jimmy Gonzalez. Jimmy was Omar. He had the big role. So Jimmy is also going to play the father. I'm a big Jimmy Gonzalez fan. Julio Quintana is the writer director, and all hats off to Julio Quintana. Let's try to get him here on the slant. What do you guys think? Let me know right now. Comment below, and if you're so kind, super chat, super thanks. Right now, all the links are in the video box description. Every cent counts, goes a long way. Wherever you're at, keep that slant más fuerte. Gracias. Paz. Okay, let's do an addendum and correction in my video reaction to the trailer, The Long Game. Okay, The Long Game is inspired by the book Mustang Miracle, written by Humberto G. Garcia. We just didn't know that, but here's where I was wrong. It's a true story of 5 young Mexican-American caddies, which we knew. I thought it was set in the 1920s. I was wrong. It's 1955, who create their own golf course in the middle of South Texas brush country. So it totally makes sense that Jimmy's character, who's the father, is going to be more of that 50s Mexican-American swagger. That works. And that Cheech Marin is a World War I veteran, and Jay and I believe Dennis Quaid are World War II veterans. So that was kind of the big difference there that I just had read up really quickly and kind of gave you that information to you incorrectly. It does star, the movie does star Jay Hernandez, who looks fantastic in the role of Dennis Quaid, Cheech Marin, and Jaina Lee Ortiz from Station 19.